Yo, what up guys, it's Rage, by the way, back here with another Fury Warrior video. This is one that I've been wanting to do for a while. We're finally going to talk about Phase 1 BIS in Classic TBC. There's been a lot of talk about what's actually good for Phase 1 for Fury Warriors. Lots of different options we can go for. We've seen a lot of different lists come out. We've seen, some of you have probably seen the Warcraft logs and seen some of the best warriors in the world, what they're currently rocking with. So we're going to kind of go over all of that today in this one video. So let's get right into it. All right, boys and girls. So here we are. So right away, as you guys can see on the screen, we got the WoWHead pulled up. I saw this actually on Twitter. I saw this first on Twitter. I'm in the Fight Club Discord on the Fight Club Discord channel on Discord. And that's like the kind of the warrior Discord for where people talk about, you know, what's going to be good for warrior. It's good for theory crafting. It's all that kind of jazz for classic situations. I'll link that down in the description if you guys want access to that. But this is kind of like what everybody's been talking about. So WoWHead actually came out with a best in slot for Fury, and they have an arms up here. Not going to really talk about arms because we don't do arms warrior here. You guys know we do Fury Warrior here. So we're here just to talk about the Fury Warrior and what they honestly think about Fury Warrior and where this list sits. So this is a very good setup what they have right here. You can see the gems, you can see the enchants, you can see the pieces, you can actually see all the stats. So I really like the way they set this up here. So we're going to deep dive into this and see how we feel about this. So starting off, it's pretty self-explanatory. The Warbringer sets, we have three pieces here. Not really sure what the three pieces are for. Probably just for stats, I would assume. But we do have the two for the whirlwind cost 5 less rage. That can be helpful in some situations. So Warbringer is going to be pretty good. I think Warbringer, no matter what you're rocking with, no matter what you decide, I think that Warbringer is probably your best option for DPS currently. I think that you should always try to go for this Warbringer, like high prioritize this when you're doing your car runs, if you are currently doing car runs. After that, Choker of Vile Intent. This comes from the badge vendor. This is 25 badges. Very, very good neck. I'm currently in the process of getting this. I'm on a low pop realm, so getting my heroics done can be quite difficult. So in the process of getting this, but this is a very, very good neck. Has hit rating on it, has your attack power, has agilities for your crit. Really, really nice. Warbringer Shoulders, also very good. These are going to replace your Rage Steel. These are pretty much like a hard upgrade to your Rage Steel. Rage Steel does have crit on it, which you're going to be losing crit, so gemming into, so you're going to want to gem into the crit. The one good thing that the shoulders have is it does have gem slots, so you're going to be able to crit back in, or equip gems back into those crit. You're going to be able to stack that crit pretty high. Depending on how you feel about it, they have a Jagged Talosite in here for the socket bonus of 3 strength, so 6 attack power. If you're really not rocking with that, you could always just gem in another 8 crit to have 16 crit on these shoulders, which would actually be higher, or no, I'm sorry, it'd be right there with Rage Steel. Rage Steel's at 17, so you're just like 1 less. So it's pretty much like right there. And then obviously if you have the shoulder enchant, you know, a lot of people don't really have access to the shoulder enchant that you get from Nax, so I really wouldn't worry about that. It's not really that big a deal. Going back to this is actually this is Glyph of Ferocity. That is from CE Rep. I'm pretty sure that's what that one's from CE Rep, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've had to do that, but CE Rep, I'm pretty sure is where you get this at Revered. So very easy to get. Go for that 100%. But yeah, anyway, so we go back to it. Pretty good stats, 32 strength. We're actually keeping the same amount of strength. Sorry, I'm like going back and forth on this Rage Steel. I'm not like a guru on this, so same strength as Rage Steel, plus we're getting agilities for your crit, so that's awesome. And then, like I said, you have sockets, so you're gonna be able to get those sockets in. Plus, you got hit right there. So if you're not currently 2-pieced into Rage Steel, you also get your hit to get your hit up to like where you need to be. So this is very, very good. I think these Warbringer Shoulders are a good choice. Vengeance Wrap, I don't think Vengeance Wrap even needs me to explain what Vengeance Wrap is. Vengeance Wrap is absolutely nuts. I think it's a great cloak to get if you have the money and you have the time to farm. I think it's very, very good, especially if you have a guild to help you out, because you're probably not tailoring on your warrior. I can't imagine you'd be a tailor on your warrior, so you're going to need to get the Shadow Claw somehow to build this Vengeance Wrap. So if you have guildies, especially like warlocks, if warlocks are obviously pretty popular in TBC, they probably went Shadowcloth to get their Shadowcloth pieces. Maybe snipe some of their cooldowns for Shadowcloth. That would be really help you out. They can make 2 every like 3 days or something like that. That would significantly help you with mats and with getting this as quick as possible. It is a plan that has to be dropped, and it does require a primal nether to make, so be wary of that. If your guild does not have that, you're probably gonna have to pay somebody for it. It can be pricey depending on what realm you are. If you have Atlas loot, you can always look up. It's like 13 primal airs or 14 primal airs, 10 Shadowcloth, 1 primal nether. So just be wary of that. It might cost you a bit if you do not know somebody with this plan, and if they don't have a primal nether too, you have to do that. You know, yada yada yada. Greater agility on this, obviously. Not really any better cloak enchant that we can get on this. 12 agility gives us some crit. Agility is always good for warriors. We just need that crit, just trying to stack that crit as much as possible, and then we socket it in with a noble topaz for the 4 crit and 4 strength. Moving down, actually I'll actually go back over this. So after this list is over, after I'm done just going over this, we'll go back and I'll just kind of give my opinion on like where things could maybe be changed out or what we should do. So we have the Warbringer Breastplate. This is enchanted with exceptional stats. This is a very expensive, can be very expensive enchant. The large prismatic shards can be expensive depending on your realm. On my realm, they go for like 20 gold per, so can be kind of pricey. You need 4 of them, so we're sitting at 80 gold already on those. Kind of like close to 100 gold after everything. So just depending on your realm, just, you know, there are other options to this. You can get like +4 stats, I think, or something like that, or maybe like +3 or somewhere around there. It's not better than +6, obviously, but if you're absolutely tight on gold, you can do it. We have the Warbringer Breastplate for the chest piece. This is going to be a very good chest piece to replace it with. It has just about as much crit on the equip. You're sitting at 26 crit on this, and in the Rage Steel has 29 crit. So very close. And on top of that, we're also get sockets with this. So we have 3 sockets that we can equip up to 24 crit in it. That is crazy. So this chest piece alone has 50 crit rating on it after the crit strike rating already on it and the gems. That's absolutely crazy. Like that's just so much of our crit just right there. This breastplate is amazing. You definitely want to try to go for this as well, along with the helm. I think these are both very solid picks. And then at that point, if you already have your helm and you go for the chest piece, you have your 2 set, which the 2 set obviously is going to help your DPS because we're whirlwinding a lot. It's just decreasing the amount of rage that we need for it, so it helps us in the long run. We can maybe get some more heroic strikes in, or, you know, whatever. Going back to it, I would personally prioritize the Warbringer helm and the chest plate, the breastplate, over the shoulders for your 2-piece, but all 3 of these are good options. So definitely, if you have to, like, I don't know how you're doing your loot system for your guild or how you do it, maybe just doing pugs, maybe you're doing soft reds, however you're doing it, I would definitely prioritize the helm and the chest piece over all of them, and the shoulders can definitely come, like, I would say like 3rd. I would say first is probably chest piece, second is probably helm. I know that most of you guys will probably get helm first because it's Kara. That's the 10-man. That's the easier one. Chest piece might be a little bit harder to get, but definitely chest piece and then helm, in my opinion. So then we're going to socket that in with 3 smooth Dawnstones. Pretty simple. All strike, critical strike. I mean, that's just wild. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Next, we're going to Bladespire Warbands. These are very good. These are your best in slot. You're not going to change these. There's literally no other option for these. I'm not even going to like really deep dive into these. These are absolutely crazy. You're not going to want to like switch out of those at all. So as soon as you can get those are good. They drop off the first boss in Gruul, so not too difficult to get. If you're a guild that raids, you should be able to get these like no problem. Obviously, like, there's not really a lot of plate DPS out there, so you have a very high chance of this. You don't have to worry about leather wearers like rolling with this, mail wearers. You know, this is straight plate. The only person you're going to maybe fight for is an arms warrior, rep paladin, that kind of thing. You really shouldn't have any competition when it comes to these. You're going to equip those, or you're going to enchant brawn on those. Guys, you're going to enchant strength. You don't want to do the other one, assault, I think it is. That gives you 24 attack power. Strength is more useful for us. 12 strength equals 24 attack power, but we also get like block and other stuff. So you might as well just get the brawn one, because it's just going to help a lot more. Like, let's just say you have to off tank something, like you have, I guess, a little bit of shield block. It just makes more sense than attack power, you know? So you might as well just go for the strength. and just go for that. And it's only 6 arcane dust, so it's so cheap. Like, I've seen enchanters literally give this out for free, so there's a very good possibility that you could literally just get this for free on your bracers. It's really, really nice. They're going to go in for a Jagged Talcite and an Inscribed Notable Topaz for the double color, to get the 3 strength bonus, so 6 attack power. We'll talk about the gemming stuff after. Like I said, we'll talk about like stuff maybe I would change. Going to the next one, Gauntlets of Martial Perfection. Same kind of thing, guys, when it comes to this. This is going to give us a lot of strength, a lot of crit. We're going to have gem slots. And this is going to be a plate DPS item once again. So you're not going to have a lot of competition to get this. This is going to be a very, very easy item for you to procure if it drops. Like I said, Ret Paladins, maybe your Arms Warrior. Otherwise, you're pretty much like this is pretty much like a free drop for you. So this is your best in slot. You're not going to want to change this. You're definitely going to want to get this. Then we're going to get the major strength on it. Obviously, 30 attack power from that. Pretty bonkers off an enchant. Not very expensive either. 12 arcane dust, a greater planar essence. That's super cheap to get. Even on my server, like my low pop server, I don't have a problem getting any of these mats. So very, very easy. Then we're going to go in with a Jagged Talcite and a Smooth Dawnstone. Obvious reasons, they're just trying to fill the colors. We're going to get this 3 strength from that. That's going to give us 6 attack power. Pretty solid choice. Next up, the Girdle of the Endless Pit drops off Mag's Lair. Same situation, guys. This is a plate DPS item. It's going to be pretty easy for you to get if there's not very many DPS plate DPS wares. We're not really fighting for leather here. This is you know, you guys are going to get this if there's not very many. If you're the only plate DPS wearer, you're going to get this. Like, nobody else can use this besides you. So this is these last 3 things that I've said are like really, really like good for us to try to grab, because there is not a lot of competition for these. When it comes to the leather, when it comes to the mail, like, we have to deal with shamans, we have to deal with hunters, we have to deal with rogues, but like, this is like, we get these items, like, they're really nice for us. So also has gems. Last 3 things I've said that are very easy for us to get, as long as we have a raiding group, all have gem slots. That's very, very big. These gem slots are huge for us. Gem slots just allow us to get extra crit. So on top of that, we get in Inscribed Noble Topaz for the double color, Jagged Talcite for the double color, and then socket bonus is also +3 critical strike rating. So we're getting a lot of crit from this. We're looking at about 39 crit just from this waist alone. This waist is really, really nice, guys. So definitely try to go for this if you can. Wish you the best of luck. Hopefully there's not too many plate wearers in your group. Every single one of them is going to want this if they're DPS. So now we get into a piece of leather, Skulker's Greaves. There is a lot of classes that want this. It drops off Nether Spite. I know Nether Spite can be kind of harder for some guilds. Nether Spite is kind of a tough fight if you don't raid often. Skulker's Greaves is very, very strong. Like, it just has pretty much everything you want. And with a lot of these other items, we haven't really reached our hit that we need. So with 28 hit on these, this really helps us get to where the hit we need to be at. 32 agility gives us a ton of crit. I don't know off the top of my head exactly how much crit that is, but it is a lot. 16 crit. 16 agility is like 1% crit for us or something like that. So, oh yeah, it's quick maths. So 2% crit on that already. Hopefully my math's not wrong, because I'm sure you guys will fry me in the comments if I'm wrong. But so 2% crit right there is pretty nice. And then also having 3 gem slots in there, we don't need the dodge rating from the socket bonus. Dodge is nothing to us. So all three of those are just going to Smooth Dawnstones for the raw crit, and then 64 attack power on top of those. So really, really nice. And then obviously we're going to go in with Nether Cobra leg armor that gives us extra attack power and critical strike. So these legs alone are giving us like 114 attack power and like, I don't even know how much crit. That's so much crit. 24. Yeah, a lot. It's a lot of crit. So we're going in with a lot of crit on these, and it's super nice. These legs are, the problem is that when we trying to get these legs is going to be tough, because I'm pretty sure these are like best in slot for rogues. I'm pretty sure they're also very good for hunters, shamans. Like enhancement shamans are probably going to want these too. These are going to be a very hard item to get. I've never even seen these drop. I'm still waiting for these. I have yet to see these drop in my groups, and I've ran Carrot ever since it, like every week on reset. I still have not yet to see these drop. We do have people in the guild that do have these, that have seen these drop, so it is possible. It's not a unicorn item. It's just a very low drop chance from my personal experience. It just doesn't seem that high, but hopefully you get them. My best advice is that if you're trying to go for these, see if you're a guild leader or if you're the one like kind of running the group. Make sure you're not going to have a lot of people that are going to like be fighting for you over these, because these are, like I said, seem like a very low drop chance on the table of like loot that nether spite has, and you're not going to want to try to like fight for these very many times. Next up, Iron Striders of Urgency. Now this is a weird item, and I know that it looks like it's got a lot of stuff on it, but looking at it on like Atlas loot or something, there's literally no green stats. Guys, there's no green stats on this. That's crazy, right? Oh my god, we're playing in TBC. There's no green stats. What are we gonna do? These are absolutely crazy. 33 strength, 20 agility, plus 2 sockets on that. 2 sockets on that makes up for the no green stats, okay? We're gonna go in with a double colored red and yellow for the double, and then just the raw yellow Dawnstone for the 8 crit. So we're looking at a 33 strength, so 66 attack power, 1%, and then some agility, and then crit for that, and then also 12 crit rating on top of that, and then a +3 strength, so 6 attack power, socket bonus. These boots are very, very strong. They drop off Nightbane, like I said, or with the same deal with Nether Spite. Nightbane can be a very, very tough fight. I think Nightbane is the toughest fight in Kara personally. As a melee, it sucks. If your guild is not very progressive, it can be really hard to obtain these, because you have to do like a long quest chain that involves doing Kara a couple times to get the urn to actually summon Nightbane, and the Nightbane itself is a challenge in its own. So it could be a while before you get these, depending on how progressive your guild is. If you're pugging a run, it might be very difficult to try to get the people on board to like do Nightbane. A lot of people, I've been in a pug or two where like people don't even want to attempt Nightbane because it's difficult and they don't want to be there all night kind of stuff. So this can be a very hard item to get. It's a very good item though if you can get them. It's kind of the same situation. It's a plate like DPS thing, so most of the time tanks or anything aren't gonna roll on it. So you do have a very good chance of getting these if they do drop. Then we're gonna enchant it with Cat Swiftness. I think that's like kind of the go-to enchant for boots. So it gives us 6 more agility and minor movement speed. Pretty good. Next up, Ring of 1,000 Marks. This is going to be a very, very hard one for you guys to get. It's going to be straight up. Drops off Prince. Very, very hot ticket item. Everybody that's melee and even hunters want this. Anybody that uses physical damage at AP wants this. This ring is absolutely crazy. Got everything we want on it. Hit, crit, and attack power, plus stamina. Just to sprinkle it in there. Why not? Just have some extra health with all these stats. This is going to be a very, very hard one for you to get, guys. Just straight up, like, this one's tough. There's going to be a lot of classes rolling on this. There's going to be a lot of people like trying to get this. Depending on, like I said, I don't know how you guys do your groups, how you guys do your loot, but you want to try to fill your group or do whatever you can to soft res, do whatever you can to try to get this ring as early as possible so you just don't have to deal with it anymore. I still have yet to get this ring. Like I said, I've seen this drop a couple times and I still have yet to get it because we kind of do like a soft res thing in my guild just for fun, because it's kind of like a fun guild, fun like progressive guild, and I have lost rolls on this and it sucks, but it is what it is. It's just Kara. But if you are really, really trying to gear yourself, definitely do yourself a favor and make sure nobody's going to want this in your guild, in your run. Dude, if you're a Fury Warrior, your best bet is just to run with as many spellcasts as you can so you just get all the loot. Because Warrior shares a lot of gear with a lot of the other classes. So we have a lot of competition when it comes to gear. This is a very good ring though. Has everything that we want on it. Shapeshifter's Ring. Kind of a curveball in there. I know if we've all like seen 70 upgrades, or we've seen like other charts, everybody's seen like Mithril Band, or I think the other one is Ring of Arathi High Lords. That's another one that's the badge ring that's been talked about. In my personal opinion, I think Shapeshifter Signet is the best, and I think that they had it right here. 25 agility, so we're getting 2% crit, whatever that equals out to in TBC. Wait, is it 2%? Yeah, I think I'm off. You guys are gonna fry me in the comments if I'm wrong. So somewhere around there. But the biggest thing here is that expertise. We got expertise here. Expertise is huge. Even though we don't have to worry about being parried, because you should be fighting behind your target at all times, the dodge is still, they can still dodge you even if their back's turned. And you don't want to be dodged as a warrior, because as a fury warrior especially, because you're trying to get as much rage as you can to just dump. Like, you just want to dump all your abilities. You don't want to ever have like a time where you're just sitting there not casting, like not using heroic strike or something, like very often, because you want to just be generating rage all the time. So expertise is huge because it just like gets rid of that chance of being dodged. In the slight, maybe some bosses, or maybe your tank just doesn't know what he's doing, you have to fight the boss head on. That's an even better reason to have expertise, because now you're not having to worry about being parried. And parry haste is a thing, so parry hasting your tank down to 0 health would not be good. And bosses definitely do parry quite a bit. Like I said, you shouldn't be fighting a boss head on anyway, but you know, there will be those bosses where like it's just impossible. So or maybe you just, you know, the positioning is weird or something happened, or you know, it's just unavoidable. So Shapeshifter Signet is definitely really good there. Expertise, 20 expertise rating, I think is really nice. Like I said, I'm going to talk about a little bit more about that as we go. I know I'm already at like 20 minutes, 21 minutes in this video, but or something like that. But I'm just going to go over quick like what I would replace here in all of these. Bloodlust Brooch, very good trinket on use. It's going to be our one on use trinket for this build. Just having a baseline attack power 72 is really, really nice. I mean, we always need more attack power. The more attack power, the more Zug. So 72 attack power is really nice. On use, increase your attack power by 278 for 20 seconds, 2-minute cooldown. That's so strong, guys. Right here, our trinket alone is giving us like 350 attack power when we pop it. That's like topping on the 72 attack power it's already giving us. So it's giving us 350 attack power when we use this trinket. That is stupid. That's crazy. 350 attack power for 20 seconds. That's such a huge burst window, especially with, if you guys have seen my last video where we do the Death Wish build and we're just popping all of our cooldowns. If you guys have seen my macro video, we're just like popping off here. Like, we're just doing so much damage. This is just insane. So definitely grab this. This costs 41 badges from the badge vendor. So kind of a pricey item, but I definitely think this is something that should be your priority number one. I know that we have to get the neck here with 25 badges, but you should always prioritize. If you don't have this already, you should definitely prioritize this. This is huge. Like, you need to prioritize this 100%. Very, very good trinket. Next, our next trinket, I think we all kind of knew this. Dragon Spine Trophy, DST, the god roll, the heaven send of all trinkets. Dragon Spine Trophy, 40 attack power. Your melee and range attacks have a chance to increase your haste rating by 325 for 10 seconds. Holy crap. 325 haste. I don't think you guys understand how absolutely crazy that is. I don't think you understand the severity of how good haste is for a Fury Warrior. It's crazy. 325 haste is wild. This is the best. This is going to be your hardest item, like the hardest time that you're going to have trying to get an item. DST is used by every single class that uses attack power. It is usually prioritized towards hunters, and then prioritized towards rogues, and then usually warriors last, which kind of blows for us. We are seeing some people kind of flip-flop. Some guilds gear their Fury Warriors because they're like, holy shit, Fury Warriors are actually doing damage. This is crazy. Wow, this isn't like we thought. It's not like it was back in 2007 or 8 or whatever, you know. This is crazy. Like, so Fury Warriors are seeing a little bit more light and seeing these actually looted to us, so you could have a good possibility. It also depends on like how well you're doing in your raid, right? In my personal opinion, DST should go towards whoever is doing the best damage in your raid that uses attack power. Personally, over like a course of time, if you guys have been raiding for a while, usually it goes to a hunter first. Hunters just have it way easy when it comes to damage. Like, hunters just like, you're just a shooty boy that does a lot of damage. So usually DST goes to a hunter first. But you could definitely make a case for yourself going against the rogues that are in your group as well, if you're doing good enough damage. So you definitely want to try to get DST, but it's going to be one of the harder items that you get. All right, going down to the big boys. Dragon Maw. I think we all kind of knew this. This was gonna be like your best weapon. Dragon Maw is insane. Blacksmithing weapon, your level 2, I'll call it level 2 blacksmithing weapon. Dragon Maw is absolutely crazy. We got Mongoose on it. Obviously, Mongoose is crazy. Let's hover over right here so you can read it real quick. Increased agility by 120 and attack speed slightly. I don't know exactly the number for how fast your attack speed goes. You guys can probably look that up. This is a very, 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 very pricey enchant. 6 void crystals, especially like at the beginning, depending on also on your realm, can be very, very pricey. I have yet to see like void crystals be like less than 50 gold on even like the most popular realms. So at the end of it, like you're going to be paying like pretty much like 300 gold just in void crystals. So this can be very, very pricey. If you have a guild that like has a guild bank and you guys have been like maybe disenchanting stuff, if you're raiding, maybe like they'd have some like some void crystals for you guys. But this is a very, very pricey item. On top of the already Mongoose, like where Mongoose procs, we get an attack speed bonus. We also have an increase your haste rating by 212. So adding up what we have to increase our haste, we have this to increase the attack speed slightly. Like I said, I don't know the fucking numbers because it's whatever. And then we have increased haste by 212 for 10 seconds on a chance on hit. And then we have a DST that could potentially give us 325 haste. Guys, that's so much. We're just a fucking chainsaw. Like we're just literally just beating the boss down or whatever we're doing, guys. We're attacking like rogues. Like we're using 2.7 speed weapons and we're attacking like we're rogues. Like we have 1.4 daggers. I mean, it's not that drastic, but it's crazy. Like we're doing so much damage and like with our crit and just everything, like everything is coming together for Fury Warrior very nicely. And this just adds it on. Like Dragon Ball is absolutely huge. So I don't know if we're going to end up moving into Dragon Strike, the third level, quote, third level, but I could definitely see it being maybe usable up till Black Temple until we start getting haste items. So we'll see how that goes. But Dragon Ball is very, very easy. It's not easy to get, but it is an item that you can farm out, and that if you put the time into, if you have the time to do it, you can definitely farm out and try to get. Then obviously in the offhand, we have Spite Blade. Spite Blade is a very, very nice item. 14 agility, 16 stam, 46 attack power. We're obviously going to throw Mongoose on that because why not? Double Mongoose seems good. So one of the key things here is that both of these weapons are 2.7 speed. When you have the same speed weapons, it makes it very easy to track your fury or your rage generation with the same speed weapons. In actuality, it also depends on like if you have like the shaman thing, Wind Fury, wow, just blanked out. Wind Fury, it depends on like Wind Fury resets and stuff too, but in most cases you're attacking at the same time, which makes your fury, god, why do I keep saying that? It's not fury rage, it's rage generation. It's going to make your rage generation a lot better. This is just a very good item. This is also going to be kind of hard to get off Nether Spite. I know a lot of rogues want this item in their main hand, so you could be fighting over this if you have rogues in your group. Otherwise, you really shouldn't have any other problems. Enhanced shamans can't use swords. Hunters might use this, but I don't know. I don't know much about hunter like gearing, but this could be something a hunter use, but I'm not quite sure. So you might not have too much trouble with this as long as you don't have any other rogues if you don't have any like rogues or like maybe another Fury Warrior in your group. And look at this, guys. We're at the black sheep of the group. Mama's Insurance. What the hell are we doing here? Why is this here? Why is this green quest item here? Like, what are we doing? This green quest item is actually somehow better than anything that we can get in a raid like currently, which is the weirdest thing on the planet. 10 agility already almost gives us like the 1% crit or whatever we need to be at, like just for that, just from the raw agility, and then 6 crit rating on it already, then 32 attack power. Like what is going on here? It's very, very good. Just having the raw crit on there, and then obviously the 32 attack power, dude. I feel like they made this and they're like, you know what, dude, we're just gonna make just a stat stick for melee DPS. Like, why not? Like, hunters aren't going to use this. I don't think I've ever even seen a hunter use this weapon. It's actually pretty bad for like as a hunter weapon. Like 2.2 speed, 163 top end, 56 DPS. It's like actually like really bad. But as a stat stick, it's so good for us. Like just all that crit, all that attack power. It's so weird. But rock with it. I hope and pray that you guys didn't throw this away. I hope and pray that you guys did this quest, and while leveling you didn't throw this away, because that would just be such a feels bad, man. If you still have this or you have yet to do this quest, go do it. This is the easiest item on this thing that you could possibly get. Go do it. Go do it now. I don't know why you're still sitting here watching this video if you don't have this. Go grab it right now. Keep watching this video and go grab this. Hey, and while I have your attention, make sure to subscribe too, okay? Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Go grab this quest item, because what are you doing if you don't have this yet? Okay. So we're gonna move on. Good item. They have a Corium Scope on there. I don't really think you need a scope. The scope really doesn't do anything for you besides increase the damage of the bow, or the gun. You don't really need that. So here we are. This is what I'm currently rocking with. I'm gonna kind of use 70 upgrades as like a base of like what I would do. So this is the setup that they have from point to point. Gems, I got everything in there, all the enchants, everything that they could possibly use. So we're going to be looking at this specifically. So going through this, we have one of the biggest things I want to take note on is that they have cat Swiftness here. Gives a minor move speed and 6 agility. I personally would switch out with dexterity. I think a 12 agility is just better. I really don't think you need the minor movement speed. I don't think it's gonna matter that much. Like most fights, you just move out of the way. Like if you have enough game knowledge, like you can just kind of just move forehead. So I think dexterity is gonna be better there personally. That's just me. On top of that, not really sure what they were going here for. Probably just because this is easier to get, but at the end of the day, I think scaled Greaves of the Marksman is going to be better for you, just stat wise. It's just better. Like we have 32 agility here, we have 37 agility here, we have more armor as a warrior. Obviously that helps because we're melee. The hit rating goes down, but our attack power goes up. We don't, like, if you're stacking hit right, you shouldn't really need this, depending on how you talent as well. Not that big a deal. Plus we have 3 red sockets that give us agility if we stack in a red. Very, very good. So if possible, this might not be on their list because it's a world boss, and world bosses are very, very hard to kill depending on your realm. So this might be out of reach for a lot of people. But if you're going for like best of the best, I think scaled Greaves of the Marksman is better. What else do we have? We had one more, Vengeance Wrap. So going into it, Vengeance Wrap is obviously very good. We get a socket from it. Gives us 23 crit, 52 attack power. But I think at the end of the day, Iron Battle Cloak from Doomwalker is still better. Even if we we put an 8 crit gem in there just to not have the hit, we're at 31 crit, and that's only 1 more crit than this, and then we get 8 attack power on this cloak. So technically, I think this cloak is better, but it does drop from a world boss, and they might have been refraining from doing world bosses. So if you're going for best of the best, I think that the Black Iron Battle Cloak is better, personally. Then we go to the Choker of the Vile Intent. Depending on where your stats sit and what you're doing, you might go for Adamantine Chain of the Unbroken just for the raw crit. 30 crit and 34 attack power is actually kind of nuts on a neck. The 30 crit right there is actually kind of crazy. So depending on where you're sitting on hit, this is where like it kind of gets weird with like hit, because you want to still, like, we're only at 6% hit right now. If you talent into it, if you talent into the 3% precision hit, we'd still be at our hit chance currently. But if I tag this in, now we're below the hit, so that's not where we want to sit. So we go back to our gloves. This is a big thing right here. So we go back to our gloves, and a lot of warriors currently are using Grips of Deafness. Grips of Deafness helps us get our expertise up. 36, I think it's 36 expertise is top end for 36 expertise rating is top end for that. Like where it starts like drop off and you don't really need it. So we're at 35, so we're literally just hardly off. We're gonna lose a lot of stats. It's gonna happen. We're gonna lose a lot of stats because of it. We're losing a lot of the crit. We're losing some strength. We're losing the sockets. It sucks, but I honestly think that expertise is a bigger deal. Personally, I from what we've seen from charts from warriors, it seems like it's doing better. As it goes on and as we go through some of the weeks, we'll just have to keep like paying attention to it. But I think that the Grips of Deafness is going to be better. The one thing that you would want to replace here is you'd probably want to take off Iron Striders and go for Fell Leather Boots. It'll get us to our hit. and they're very, very close together when you sim them. You're getting hit rating, you're getting your crit, you're getting attack power, plus you have sockets on these as well as the Iron Striders, so you can get pretty close. The Iron Striders are going to be better stat wise, but like you don't want to be under that 9% hit. So all in all, with this setup, with the best, quote, best possible setup, you're going to be below your hit rating. And that is not going to be good. You need to have at least 9% hit rating. I've talked about this in videos before. I've explained this. You want to be at 9% hit rating. So and also on top of this, you have to spec into precision, so that you're losing 3 points in precision that could be like using precision in where you could have somewhere else. So this list is a little off the charts. I think it just depends. There are actually players that pretty much like almost have like this exact setup and are actually parsing lower than warriors that are just like doing like expertise, hit, crit, like just raw stuff. I'll have the charts down in the description. We're already at almost a 40-minute video, so I don't want to show you guys every single person's, but you guys can go into the description right now, and you can see every warrior that's parsing. You just click on their name. I'll show a little like how you do it real quick. So you go to this will be like the this is the rankings for Gruul and Mag. You literally just click on somebody's name, it shows you like everything. If you want to see in depth, let's say you want to open link in new tab, summary, wait, damage done, sorry, you go to damage done, click on their name, summary, and then there's all their stuff. Then you can actually look at what they have. So you're going to want to do this you can do this for anybody. You just open link, go to their name, click on their name, summary, you can see all their stuff. So I'm not going to go every single person. You guys can look at this yourselves, and from all the information I've given you, you can kind of determine what you think is going to be better. But from what we've seen, people with almost this exact setup are not actually parsing as high as people with like cheese ass shit. Like this current set that I have right now is pretty much used by like the top end guy. I have a couple pieces I need to switch out. There's a couple things I need to do, but I almost have the exact setup as the top end guy, and the guy that's parsing the highest. So it's a weird state. We're in a very weird state for Fury Warriors, but hopefully in the next couple weeks we figure it out. Hopefully some people get gear, we can see where we're sitting, and see where we're at. So that's been the video for today. I know this was a very long video. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I've noticed that in my viewer count or in my views on my analytics that a lot of you guys aren't subscribed. If you guys are into Fury Warriors, you guys are into TBC content, make sure to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, so that way it'd be a big milestone for me if I hit 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate all you guys' support so far, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.